like to remind all of our listeners that the opinions of individual shows or DJs do not necessarily reflect those of NBR Radio. Please keep in mind this is entertainment and intended for the listener with a sense of humor.
Portions of this program may not be suitable for those under the age of 18. Parental guidance is suggested.
The Beer30 Show with Danny and Joel, sponsored by Tee It Up for the Troops. Divots can be replaced, freedom cannot.
Alrighty. Beer30 is when you walk into a bar or a VFW, and in that 30 seconds, you can already tell.
That guy right there is drunk, that guy's an idiot, and that guy down there knows it all.
There are programs out there beyond the VA.
Many non-profit organizations. The Beer30 Show.
It's the Beer30 Show. Made by veterans.
For veterans.
Man, I almost didn't want to turn that off, man. I was jamming to that. That was awesome.
You and me both, man. I was sitting over here and I was like in the box. I could point to you and you're like sitting there grooving and dancing. I love it.
Oh my God, we had too much fun on here, let me tell you. So, on the line today, we have the incredible, talented, the actor of ACRONYM.
Actress.
Jennifer.
Hi.
Jennifer, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Oh, awesome, awesome. No problem. Anytime that we can have another soldier come on the air. Oh, that's funny. Hold on a second. I don't know why that did that, but it was funny. That whole time that we was doing that, Danny, the commercials and stuff was running on Beer30. That's kind of funny. Okay, anyway, so
Hey, I'm the one
that
drinking, okay? I'm the
okay.
one drinking. I haven't made a mistake yet.
Oh, you just wait, buddy. Your time's coming. Let me tell you, your time's coming.
I'm experienced though. I'm Navy. I'm experienced. We're good.
I ain't even gonna make a comment on that one. I'm gonna be nice for once. But so we have Jennifer Burch on the line, the actor of ACRONYM. I tried to oh wow. Now Brandy's hey Brandy, I just turned off the thing or whatever, so let me know if you still hear an echo, because I just it's probably because that commercial was running behind it. So I'm sure we'll be okay. So if you're not watching Twitch right now, everybody, yeah, you're just watching a bad show. Yeah, it still says it's echoing. I have no clue why. It's echoey. But anyways, so Jennifer, tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm kind of like going off script here. We have these questions that we're supposed to ask, and yeah, I'm going off script a little bit, so don't be too upset with me, Danny. But Jennifer, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, in all seriousness, I'm definitely not an actor. I'm featured in the film, but there's no acting involved, as you know. But I got medically retired from the Air Force in September 2014 after serving 6.5 years enlisted. And now I am back in school and advocating for other veterans, especially when it comes to PTSD through ACRONYM, the documentary. So that's what I've been doing for the last year. Actually, this day, 1 year ago, Evan Tubbs, the producer of the film, was over at my house interviewing me for that.
Wow.
So I think Joel might be at a loss for words because he called you an actor, and I think the technical
Oh
term would
yeah,
be
it's
actress.
actress.
Um,
Right.
but you're telling us you're not an actress now. So
Right,
um,
I'm neither. I
so
am.
basically, you just made a
I
cameo. Is that's all you're saying? Is you're a cameo artist?
No, not even that. I was asked to share my story with my battle with PTSD in Stefan's documentary, and that's all that I've done. That's the only film I've been in and probably ever will be in. So,
But wait, time
yeah.
out. So you were Air Force.
Yes.
Okay, so Air Force. Let me get this right. Did uh now this is a joke, so don't take offense. Was your PTSD about paperwork and pencils? I mean,
You know what? I get that that's a joke, and that's people love to say that. Even
Hmm.
people who served with me in the Air Force. You know what the one that I used to get all the time.
go
The
ahead.
only PTSD she has is from eating bad food in the chow hall. And
What, you were on a Navy
unfortunately,
ship?
no. So unfortunately, that's the reality. Oh well, she was in the Air Force. Those are just paper pushers, or oh, she's a female. She hasn't seen any combat, and
Yeah,
that's
I
our society
and
today, even in the military.
a lot of people get that. Even Navy people get that. I get that. They're like, "What, did you have like a drowning experience? Something, I don't know." But but
Right.
yeah, I
And
understand.
and for me, like, I get it, and you can laugh it off, and I can laugh it off painfully. But before I didn't used to be able to do that, and the thing is, it all depends on your job and
Mhm.
what your experiences are. And while I was a civil engineer, operations manager in the Air Force, that's what my AFSC is, or in the Army they call that the MLS. That's what I was trained to do. Well, I was trying to pursue a medical career in the Air Force and get a commission and go to PA school. And when I got over to Afghanistan, my commander had learned about this, and he knew that they were short medics in the trauma center in Kandahar. And so he let me off duty, pretty much kind of released me from my job part-time or so, and let me go volunteer as a medic over there in the hospital. And then I ended up extending my deployment another 2 weeks so I could stay there working in the hospital. And you see the worst of the worst there. And again, you don't have to be on the front lines to see the worst of war. You
Oh
can
yeah,
step foot right in that hospital,
and that's really
and
true.
it's sad.
So we actually have an Air Force guy that listens to us religiously, and he's on our Twitch right now, and he wants me to let you know that I wasn't smart enough to get into the Air Force. So
Oh,
see, see,
ouch.
I have no problem, taking jokes and everything, but that's all right. He wasn't smart enough to hit a red button on a ship, so.
Uh, it does take some brains to go into the Navy, and my grandfather was Navy, and I thought about it. I am from Annapolis, and everyone said I was crazy that I didn't actually join the Navy. But
Mhm.
the Navy I worked, they own the hospital Roll 3 over there in Kandahar, and they, I saw them at work, and at least the corpsmen are pretty badass. So
Yeah, speaking of, when were you in Kandahar, if you don't mind me asking?
I was there from, let's see, September of 2010 until April 1st of 2011.
And you were at the hospital out there.
Yep, Roll 3, the NATO Roll 3.
Yeah, my wife was stationed there at the same time.
Oh, what was her name?
HM2 Dean.
I'll have to look her up. I'm sure we ran
Yeah,
into each other.
I'm
No,
sure
was the
that'd be.
duty station like real small, Danny? I mean, because that's like we go into the bar or something, and well, what branch of service are you? Army? Oh yeah. Well, my brother, his name's Chad. He's in the Army. Do you know him? I mean, it's like really, dude. How was it a big duty station or was it a small duty station?
I'll let her answer because I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
So the size, so like Roll 3, like everyone knows, like the military, right? It's a small military, and everyone knows somebody, and everyone has kind of a mutual friend. So I'm not quite sure what the question there was, but.
Well, no, I was just wondering because you had said what duty station you was, and Danny said, well, my wife was at that duty station, and you asked what her name was. So I didn't know if it was a small duty station, because most duty stations, they have at least like 60 to 70,000 troops on each duty station. So I mean, it's not like it's a very small duty station. So I just wondered.
Oh yeah, the name, it didn't ring any bells, but I'm also more of a face person recognition. So if I was to see her face, then I might recognize her. But you never know.
I see. Well,
It's my turn for a question, so I'm going to ask it.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to go ahead and go down the list. I'll start with my number 2, Joel, so you know.
Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit about ACRONYM? And like, obviously you can't give it away because we want people to be surprised, but go ahead and tell us a little bit about ACRONYM.
So ACRONYM, it's we call it acronym Cross Generational Battle of PTSD, and it takes a look all the way from World War II veterans. Our oldest, I'll give this away, our oldest is a Pearl Harbor survivor, and he's 102 years old, all the way up until Iraq-Afghanistan wars and covering every war in between. And so it takes a look at all of these folks, and they're describing their PTSD and talking about it. And the thing is that, you have a 90-year-old Iwo Jima survivor saying the same thing that I'm saying, and there's 70 years in between, and so it's sharing our battles, our stories of PTSD, and that they're very similar, and and it's also showing how they've lived their life with it, and now 70 years later they're just now getting help for it. And for us, even though it's not the best help, like, we still get it, it's right after we come home. Well, these guys, they didn't have that. It was get back home from your deployment and go back to work and provide for your family.
Right.
And then, the biggest thing is there's no narration in the documentary. It's all in our own words.
And that's always a good thing, because when it's coming straight from the people, you're not getting the narration. Narration, it has an effect when you watch a movie, but when you're hearing it from the person's mouth, it tells them their story. So, and how that affects each and every person. And a lot of times, I know with me, when I talk about mine, I still get teary-eyed, and I still, get very emotional when I talk about mine. And that's the point where I don't ever talk about it. I don't even think I've even told Joel my PTSD. So,
no, I don't think you have.
Right.
And and that kind of goes vice versa. Like, me and Danny talk a lot about stuff, but I don't exactly I haven't exactly told Danny about my PTSD. It takes a lot for somebody to swallow their pride and for them to share a pain that they're having in their life, to either make the audience fully aware of what's going on, or to let another soldier know by a documentary, hey, you're not, you're normal. You're not strange. I'm going through this too. Because personally, for me, sometimes I feel like I'm odd because, I see mirages or whatever in the dark, and it kind of scares me. But when I find out from another veteran, that same thing happens to me, I don't feel as odd, and you don't really want to talk to people about it because you're afraid that when you do, you're going to get that stereotype of, okay, well, he's just lying, or he's just trying to get attention. I mean, am I kind of on it, Jennifer? Do you kind of feel the
Oh
same way in
yeah, I
some
mean,
form?
I completely do. And ever since doing this film and doing these interviews and being in the media really for the first time ever in my life, I've had outlashes come back at me, people who I've served with, saying, the only PTSD she has is from eating in a chow hall, or oh, she's just, one of those veterans trying to seek attention, or, the list goes on, exactly. But it's not, and the first time this happened, the first time I see this, it killed me, right? Like, I was like, made me want to quit it all and stop talking about it and kind of just go back into the dark again. And, after talking to some good friends, they were like, well, then you're letting them win, and you're letting them get to you, and everyone knows you're people who are there for you and love you and so on. They know that, and they know that's not the truth, and you're trying to make a difference, and you're trying to share your story to provide hope for others, and let people know they're not alone. And you're Joel, obviously you're in it, Joel, and people remember your story. They remember it, and it impacts them big time. And if you can do that and impact other people, and you're providing hope for other people, then that's huge, because you may never know it, but you're saving lives. You might not know who, but you're potentially saving lives. And since this film has premiered, which was last Veterans Day, 4 veterans have actually approached us and said, after seeing this film, they've gone and got help for their PTSD for the very first time. And these aren't just Iraq, Afghanistan veterans. These are Korea veterans and Vietnam veterans.
Right. Hey, so Jennifer, real quick, Danny, we're going to we're going to cut to commercial, and and I hope it's okay, Jennifer. We're going to hold you over just a little bit, because we did have some technical difficulties earlier, but there's some stuff that we still need to ask you. But we're going to cut to commercial, and when we come back, not only are we going to talk to Jennifer about more about the film, but we're going to talk to her about what a certain film festival said about this film. More details coming up next, everybody. Don't go away.
My name is Monica. I'm with Operation Troop Appreciation, and you're listening to Beer30.
All right, everybody, and we are back, and we are continuing this conversation with Jennifer Burch about the film that is sweeping the nation, ACRONYM, that is about past, present, and future troops. And thanks for carrying over. We won't keep you much longer, Jennifer, but we thought it was important to get more information out about this film. So
no, I think it's great, and I'm appreciative for you guys having me on.
Oh, no problem. Jennifer, please tell me and Danny what was said about this film at the film festival.
So it wasn't actually at the film festival. It was more of, we got the rejection letter, and as it's a canned letter, and it was more of the wording in the letter saying they were embarrassed that they weren't accepting us into the film festival. And so it wasn't, it's disappointing not to get accepted, but it really, that wasn't our concern, really. It was more of the letter and the wording in it and the use of embarrassment to it. And so it was kind of, trying to bring that attention to the president of the film festival and trying to, make them aware, maybe this isn't the best canned litter you should be using. But we've moved on since then, and there's no issue, and it's such a small film festival anyways. It's not. We are actually going to be showing this. Huh?
Yeah, I was there for a minute. I didn't hear you, so I didn't know if the site went down or if your phone just kind of broke up a little bit.
No, so we have our big exciting news. We are going to be showing ACRONYM on Capitol Hill in DC on April 28th for all of our politicians and congressmen and women to see.
Nice.
As
awesome.
Many as, so I mean that's big. These are the people that really need to see this film. And yeah, they hear about PTSD and they go to the Veterans Affairs committees and others, but now that instead of just hearing about it day in and day out by other people speaking it, now they actually get a look into the personal lives of veterans and listen to the actual stories of what we've gone through. And, after not just going through, but the alternative therapies that are offered that they, could offer through the VA.
Yeah, that is awesome. That was one of the questions that me and Danny was going to ask you is when the next film was going to be presented. And how have you guys been doing this? Have you guys been trying to get like a long list of venues, or have you been taking it like day by day? Like, okay, we're gonna show it at this venue, and then after we show it at this venue, then we'll find another venue to show it. Or are you guys waiting for like connections to come at you? Hey, we'd love to have you guys have this film at this venue. I mean, how are you guys doing that?
So we have scheduled showings throughout the Denver area, and then we have a couple scheduled still. We have one that's we're waiting to get a date down at Fort Carson. And these several showings in Colorado Springs, but it's a little bit of both. So we have one scheduled, but it's more of, hey, you really need to see the trailer of this film. See the trailer, and let's find another venue to host one of these showings. So our next showing is on April 10th at Bethany Lutheran Church in Cherry Hills Village, and that'll be at 6:30. And all of our information is on our website at www.mountaintm.com, and under the events tab lists the showings that have already been scheduled. But our next one is Sunday, April 10th. And then
awesome.
The following week or so, we have another one on April 20th at the Broomfield Auditorium at the Benefit Veterans Memorial Museum. So we have stuff scheduled, and we're keep scheduling more showings because everyone needs to see this film, especially veterans, and not just veterans, but their families, their loved ones, because as you know, it's not just the veteran that's affected by PTSD, but it's the whole family, it's the whole circle around that veteran that's also affected.
Right. Go ahead, Danny. I've been hogging the spotlight for the last couple of minutes. I know you've got some questions that you want to ask. These questions, I tell you, I'm not trying to like hog the mic or anything, but it's just questions that are coming to my mind. So if they're coming to my mind, I'm sure they're coming into other veterans' minds. So I apologize, Danny.
Oh, it's all good, Joel. By now I'm used to it. So, hey, Jennifer, so you had something you wanted to talk about. Would you like to talk about it if you haven't done it already?
So currently, I'm not hearing you, Danny.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, we are going to, since Skype is acting up, we're going to go ahead and break to commercial. and we're going to try to get everybody reactivated and start the Skype over again. So everybody, thank you for being patient with us, and stay. We'll be back after these commercials, everybody.
My name is Tom Larson. I'm the director of Motorcycle Relief Projects here in Colorado, and you're listening to Beer30.
All right, and we are back, everybody. Thanks for being patient with us. We're not doing anything new. Hey, this is what happens sometimes. Technology just takes over things, and Skype. We're slaves to Skype sometimes. So because of that,
the next thing you know, we have
that
Terminators.
happens. Yeah. So it will just lessen our power play for today. That's all. Jennifer, I apologize for all the. I really do. I apologize for all the technical difficulties. But
It's fine.
the
It's no
important thing
problem.
is everybody's understanding and finding out about the film. We still have viewers. We still have people on Twitch. So
anyway,
that
I'm going to go ahead and ask my question I was trying to ask.
okay.
Apparently, from what I get from these notes that we have, is that Jennifer had something she wanted to talk about. Did you already talk about that, Jennifer, or is that like a surprise you were trying to get out to us?
Well, the biggest thing was that we have a showing confirmed in DC on Capitol Hill, April 28th. So that was, I think, the biggest news I had.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. It was a question that was up there. It was in parentheses, so it was kind of like a hush hush. This is like top secret, covert op, blue, whatever.
Well, it's been in the works for a little while, so we've been waiting to actually get this confirmed, and it just came through this week, the confirmation of it. So now we're allowed to, talk about it and say that yes, we will actually show this on Capitol Hill. And I mean, that's huge. That's where you want to, that's one of the big places you want to show it. So.
Okay, so here's another really important question. So since you are out there by Joel, are you actually a Denver Bronco fan as well?
Oh wow.
Wow. Funny you asked that question. I will cheer for the Broncos, but I am from Maryland, D.C. area, and
So
I
she's
am
a Ravens fan.
a Redskin. No, God, no. Redskins. Hail to the Redskins, HTTR.
Okay,
That's my team.
I can respect the Redskins. That's like my dad's, like one of my dad's secondary third teams or whatever it is. Growing up, he's always said first team's Raiders, and then he's like, I'm partial to the Redskins. So I was like, all right, cool. As long as
If
you
I
didn't
had
say
a sound clip of "You like that? You like that?" I would so play that.
Well, guess what?
When I think of Redskins, that's the only thing I can think of.
But you know what? If I want to cheer, I do cheer for the Broncos because they do win and they just won the Super Bowl. So it's nice to have a second team that actually wins some of the time. Granted, Redskins pulled through there at the end of the year, but we all know it's been a long time since we've made an appearance at a Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
But yes.
Well, Joel can tell you everything how the Broncos are going to do this year.
Wow,
I think it's going to be a rebuilding year for them this year.
Yeah, I was going to say, Danny, keep treading water, buddy, because I tell you what, if we pull something out of our butt and Raiders don't, man, I am going to grill you so hard because you haven't done nothing this off season but give me grief ever since we hired Butt Fumble.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry, you got butt fumble. I'm sorry. You can't do nothing with that, dude. So anyway, Jennifer, go ahead and give us your website one more time. And if there's any other information you'd like to put out there real quick, feel free to do so.
Yep. So we're at www.mountaintn.com, and that will have the trailer, the link to the trailer, so you can view the trailer. We have a 3-minute trailer and an 8-minute trailer. Our events that are coming up, donation tab, because we are actually a nonprofit foundation now, Center for Comprehensive Films, and all of the proceeds, 100% of the money goes back to the veterans. So it's paying for the cost to make DVDs and distribute them to the veterans with, and providing this completely free and trying to do the showings and stuff. So we're still currently looking for a sugar daddy, so feel free to do that. And if you do donate, we will send you a copy of the DVD, and then another copy we'll send to a veteran. And so there's that. And then we're also on social media. We're on Facebook. You can look up ACRONYM, the Cross-Generational Battle of PTSD. And we're on Twitter, and that's ACRONYM_PTSD.
Awesome.
And so you can follow us there and check out the events that are coming up and, any of that stuff. So, and even, message us, ask questions. And if you'd like to host a showing somewhere in town or wherever, then, we can work that out. So.
Awesome. Yeah. I've just been so busy with things, Danny. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it out to the showing. But I'm trying to make my way.
Oh, I think we just sent you a copy of the DVD actually this week. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I will. I will send the love donation, Jennifer.
We definitely want to see you out there, though, too. So.
Awesome. Well, Jennifer, we are like Pee Wee Herman says, we're gonna go ahead and let you let us go. So we appreciate you coming on to the show, and good luck with the film. And if anybody has any questions, you got the website. Hit her up on Facebook or on the website. So we really appreciate
I appreciate you having me on, to talk about the film, and we appreciate you and thank you for being in the film as well. And look forward to seeing you out to one of the showings soon.
All right, awesome. All right, we will we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. So, of course, after 40 minutes of technical difficulties, we finally got the information out there. That was Jennifer Burch for the film ACRONYM. She is one of the soldiers that talks about her time in the military. So.
This is MBR, saluting those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country.
Rock and roll!
We'll ride if you wanna rock and roll. It's only rock and roll, but I like it. Rocking the troops.